I'm Libor Stepanek. I'm from Masaryk University in Brno, Czech Republic. And I'd like to tell you something about our organizational structure. So those of you who believe that we are going to talk about implants in brain, our metrics is slightly different. Basic thing. So first I'll just tell you something about our center. I'll give you the context of the Czech Republic. Okay, it's changed the design. That's a computer probably. So there might be surprises, but contexts and then the metrics, how that works and what are the advantages and possible challenges. So then our language center, we are in this year we're going to be in quite specific situation because there are three areas of change. The first is the change of directors. You might think that it is not a big thing, but in our case it is, because Hannah, who many of you know, has been there for 20 years almost. She's the founder. She's been with the 4 rectors. Simply, she's an institution. Okay? So she's got all the networks, and she knows, and she's respected and everything. And now, 1st of May, it is, well, this person getting there among the management or the headquarters of the university, and I still don't know how that will work. But definitely, this is a huge change for the quality of, I don't know, decision-making or negotiations and everything. The second thing is that there is the 30th of April, our EU projects that have been funded from structural funds finish, and our government hasn't been really able to start the new system yet, so we don't have any funding from that at all. At the moment, they give us something like 25–26% of our budget. So it is something that, imagine the 1st of May, I'm becoming the new director. The 1st of May, I'm telling the people, now we're going 25% down with your salaries. So, lovely beginning. There will be a huge change that simply I will have to look for other resources, to get the funding from somewhere else. And then we have this reorganization area where, again, the Rector's Office would like us to be a much more flexible institution. It means not only to give the regular courses that we give, but to offer more languages, to show the flexibility in the size of groups, in the length of courses, simply to be basically more tailored. So whoever asks for a type of course, that we simply tailor the type of course for them. So we will have to reorganize a little bit. And now we are getting to the metrics, because this all is somehow included. First, this is what it looks like, and I will explain it. Just the situation above is hierarchical. The rest of the university mostly is hierarchical. It's rector, vice rector, then it is the language center director. And then what we used to have was this traditional thing. The director has his group of deputy heads, and then below there were the heads of the teams at particular faculties, and then there were the teachers, basically. The problem was that when there are 100 of us, we need to communicate intensively, and very often what happened was that simply that green line was kind of a blocking one. So whatever we needed to communicate to the people below, there was, well, the head who liked it, they communicated. Some changed it a little bit, either intentionally or not. Somebody simply ignored it, and it was really difficult to get to them, to everybody. So in 2011 and 12, we got an expert's help, and we were offered organizational structures, what we could actually work with it, or do with it. And finally, we thought that this metrics system should be the best one. Because what it does now, that apart from the director who's above, now there are actually different types of activities or areas that go across the teams at each faculty. So now if you are interested in research or projects or international cooperation, it is not really important which department you are at or which faculty you are at, because you get the information You just sign into this special interest group and you know that you can simply meet other people from different departments, and we are becoming more of a center. Before it was language center above, and then it was like close teams at each faculty. Also, what we have, like if you look at the executive section, this is the administrative, it doesn't change much. But what we have is that the rest of it is really changeable and flexible. And also you can see the line across, which is just one or two people who is the support, and they basically try to know everything, what's going on everywhere, so that they notice, okay, actually this person is lost somewhere, we have to put him there because there is something else going on. Now I'll try to explain it more into the advantages and challenges. So advantages, definitely we get extremely good flexibility in people, whoever can do whatever. The communication, excellent, because it just opened up the space and we can reach every single person in the whole center. Then personal growth. Those people who felt that they were blocked by their team, now they can see, okay, there is actually some potential or some possibility of growth somewhere else, so I can join that group or something like that. And also it's very useful for dealing with the different size of the departments or the faculties, because, for example, some departments have 3 people, another at one faculty, and then another it is 15, so we have to have a slightly different approach to that. Now, what are the challenges? We call it, well, it's flexibility, but flexibility within a rigid framework. It means that we've produced that thing when I go back, that thing, and which is, oh, it's ideal, it's wonderful, and it's wonderful for the situation 2 years ago. Because now, for example, that project bit, okay, well, now we had a huge project department and everybody was in different types of project. Now, at least for a year, it disappears, this line. Because there will be 2 or 3 people in small, tiny projects. We don't need any real organization for that. Or ICT, I used to be, or at the moment still, I'm responsible for the ICT, but now there will be 2 lines that those 2 or 3 IT guys who we have, they don't need to have any specific leadership or anything, they know what they are doing. And then there is this line of ICT in education, simply support of teachers in their work, and it is going on to the teaching, studies and quality teaching, especially in this group. So it's just moving in there, but I don't know how it's going to work within that rigid framework, so we'll see. The challenges, nowhere to hide space. We were warned by these experts who helped us that once we go into metrics, it really opens up all the doors and all the windows, and there is nowhere to hide. It means that you immediately see those excellent teachers you have, and those who are just, okay, surviving, not doing much, don't do. And of course, among 100 staff members, there is a potential. Not big, there is a potential for this type of people. And of course, they hate the new situation, because it just opened up the thing that, okay, how come that this person is doing that, and how come that I've been all the time saved by the head because the head didn't really care about the thing. They were happy that something was done, and whether 2 or 3 people did it, they didn't care. Now, it is practically everywhere, and it is, for some it is really complicated. The next one is multi-positions. So for example, at the moment, I'm Vice Director for ICT, so I'm coordinating work on ICT. The head of the Faculty of Social Studies is coordinating my work as a teacher. So I am coordinating her work in ICT from the center, she's coordinating me in the teaching area, like when do I teach and things like that. Then in project area, I will have another coordinator for testing, and at the same time, I will be coordinating that person in different area. So everybody is actually has somebody above and below, and we have to deal with these things. And again, this is, for some people it's excellent because they just think, okay, well, I don't care whether I have to be coordinated or coordinate at the same time. For some people who have this strong hierarchical structure in their heads, they just, no, look, I'm the boss here, well, for the department, and you don't pay, well, you are not really respectful to me in this area, and you just, sorry, in that area, I am the boss. It's like you are the boss in a different sector. So it is really new to many people, and to a lot of them, it is causing problems in the personal relations, because some of them are saying, oh, I've always been the boss. Now it can be clear that my is not really the best one, because I can't hide the things any longer, which I hid before, because we get the information from below, and at the same time I'm not respected by some of my employees, because they are actually coordinating huge sections in our project, and they are above me, so it is a big problem. Well, can be potentially a big problem. Okay, there is one more thing I just want to say, that these are our activities that we do or that we have, and we could go in detail into them and look at how the matrix works or not, but I will simply stop here and open up discussion so that you can ask, we can see how that works, and if needed I simply go to one of them in detail and explain how that can be used or what we believe is good. Okay, thank you.